Greetings. Today we will look into interviews for university-affiliated internships and professional development programs in Hong Kong. During your university years, you'll encounter career-focused opportunities beyond regular classes. These include internship placements and leadership development programs, and they all require interviews. However, the nature of these interviews might be a bit different than those in the usual job market. Now, let's explore how to approach these conversations strategically. Unlike regular job applications where companies hire you to contribute immediately, university-affiliated opportunities are fundamentally educational. Employers partnering with universities understand they're getting students who are still learning. They're not expecting you to be fully productive from day one. The partnership exists partly to train the next generation of professionals. This means interviews for these positions emphasize different qualities than regular job interviews. External employers focus heavily on technical skills. University-affiliated programs care more about your learning attitude and growth potential. They want students who will represent the university well. You're still being evaluated on professionalism, but the standard adjusts for your student status. Don't mistake this for low standards. These opportunities remain competitive. Universities carefully select which students gain access because your performance reflects on the institution's reputation. In some sense, the purpose of the interview is to ensure you're ready to handle professional expectations. But what exactly does professional expectations mean? Primarily, it means you've mastered basic competencies like communicating clearly and meeting deadlines. Can you write professional emails? Do you understand workplace hierarchy? These might sound trivial, but interviews have encountered students who lack even these fundamentals. They need to see you won't require remedial coaching on basic workplace behavior. Genuine interest separates candidates quickly. Many students apply to everything hoping something works out, and interviews can sense this immediately. Your answers should reveal authentic curiosity about the work itself, not just a desire to pad your resume. When you talk about why you want this particular opportunity, the reason should connect to the actual work involved rather than generic benefits like gaining experience. Representing the university appropriately weighs heavily on their minds. When you participate in industry programs, external professionals form impressions about your university based on your conduct. One unprofessional student can damage relationships that took years to build. Interviewers need confidence you'll behave professionally and demonstrate the quality of education their institution provides, because your performance doesn't just reflect on you. University-affiliated internships in Hong Kong generally split between credit-bearing academic requirements and standalone summer placements. Credit-bearing internships integrate into your degree program, often in professional fields like social work. These interviews tend to be more formal because the internship affects your graduation requirements. You might face panels including both university supervisors and organization representatives. Usually, these interviews may last for 30 to 40 minutes. Organizations taking credit-bearing interns commit to substantial supervision, so they're selective about who they accept. Summer internship programs run differently. These are typically shorter placements, maybe 8 weeks, during vacation periods. Interviews feel more conversational. You might meet only with the organization's HR representative. The tone is professional but less formal. They're assessing basic fit and whether you can contribute meaningfully during a brief placement. Some disciplines have industry-specific placement programs. Accounting students might interview for Big Four internships coordinated through their faculty. These interviews blend academic and professional elements. Interviews assume certain baseline knowledge from your coursework but focus heavily on practical application. When organizations interview students for university-affiliated internships, they prioritize specific qualities over others you might expect. Coachability matters more than existing expertise. They know you're a student. They don't expect you to know everything. What they need is someone who accepts guidance well and learns quickly. During interviews, demonstrate openness to feedback by asking thoughtful questions about their work processes. If they describe a task you're unfamiliar with, show curiosity rather than pretending to understand. Saying, "I haven't encountered that before, but I'd be interested to learn how your team approaches it," signals much better than faking knowledge. They would also want to see clear learning objectives. What do you hope to gain beyond experience? Maybe you want to understand how theoretical concepts from your coursework apply in practice. Specific learning goals show you've thought seriously about professional development and will engage meaningfully with the opportunity. Internship interviews tend to be quite formulaic. Here's what you can expect in terms of questions and some solid ways to tackle them. What do you hope to learn from this internship? Need specificity. Research the organization's work beforehand so you can reference particular aspects. Maybe they handle specific types of projects you want exposure to. Concrete learning objectives prove you've thought beyond just getting an internship on your resume. What relevant experience do you have? Challenges students with limited work history. Don't panic about this. Once again, universities know most students lack extensive experience. You may talk about coursework projects, especially group work where you had to collaborate. Part-time jobs are also worth mentioning, even if they're unrelated to the field. For instance, retail work teaches customer interaction. Frame everything around transferable skills like communication. To prepare for the interview, you may start by thoroughly researching the organization's work. During the interview, reference something specific you discovered from the company's website or social media, like the new product or service they launched recently. Mentioning this shows great initiative. Next, connect your coursework to the role requirements. Review the internship description and identify which of your courses relate most directly. Prepare to discuss specific concepts you developed that apply to their work. Finally, prepare concrete examples of your capabilities, even from academic contexts. Think about group projects where you contributed significantly. Maybe you had to resolve conflicts within your team. These examples demonstrate professional skills like collaboration, even though they come from school settings rather than workplaces. Beyond internships, universities offer various professional development opportunities like leadership programs. These require different interview approaches. When interviewing for these programs, evaluators look at your career ambitions over your willingness to invest in yourself, so immediate qualifications matter less here. Given that such programs usually extend across many months and take up substantial time concurrent with your academic work, those conducting interviews must trust that you comprehend the obligation involved. Your reasoning will face close scrutiny. What makes this particular program right for you? How does it connect to your wider professional goals? Try your best to describe exactly which developmental gaps this program will fill. The question is whether you're capable of handling overlapping responsibilities. These programs commonly schedule sessions in the evenings since attendees are simultaneously pursuing their degrees full-time. Interviewers need confidence that you've made a practical evaluation of your calendar. Students who stretch themselves too thin and withdraw halfway through squander limited program capacity. Be transparent regarding what's already on your plate and outline your approach to managing everything. Additionally, they're verifying whether you complement the makeup of the program's participants. Various leadership courses purposefully create heterogeneous cohorts to support mutual learning. They might actively recruit students across different majors. Your interview is an opportunity to showcase what fresh angles you'd offer during group exchanges. Professional development program interviews require you to articulate clear professional goals and demonstrate program familiarity. Before the interview, develop a coherent narrative about your career direction. You don't need everything figured out, but you should explain your current thinking. Perhaps you're considering corporate careers but want to understand social enterprise models too. Articulating this honestly shows self-awareness. Then connect the program to your exploration. Explain how it helps you gain perspectives needed to make informed career decisions. Get familiar with how the program actually works. Find out what they cover and who runs things. This shows you're not just going through the motions, plus it helps you decide if it's really worth your time. When you sit down for the interview, talk about the specific parts that grabbed your attention. If they bring in people from industry, that might be something you'd want to highlight. Prepare thoughtful questions about program outcomes. Ask about how past participants leveraged the program for career advancement. What happens if you encounter scheduling conflicts due to academic commitments? These questions show you're seriously evaluating fit and thinking practically about participation. The final challenge in these interviews is demonstrating ambition while remaining authentic about your current position. Many students either undersell themselves by seeming uncertain about everything, or oversell by making grandiose claims about future impact. Find the middle ground. Acknowledge you're still learning while showing clear direction. Instead of saying, "I want to change the world," try, "I'm particularly interested in how technology can address sustainability challenges, and I want to develop skills to contribute to this area." That sounds ambitious yet grounded. Programs want students who are excited about opportunities, not students who seem like they'll fall apart if rejected. Express genuine interest in what the program offers, but also demonstrate you have other development pathways. This paradoxically makes you more attractive because it shows resilience. Be yourself in terms of communication style. Don't try to sound overly formal. Professional doesn't mean stiff. Interviews respond better to authentic, clear communication than to students obviously trying to impress them with vocabulary. Speak naturally while maintaining appropriate respect. University-linked internships and growth programs create a pathway between your studies and your future career. Acing the interview means proving you've got sincere enthusiasm and specific goals for what you'll gain. Put in the prep work, pull together actual examples from your background, and share your real reasons for wanting this. The opportunities that suit you best will appreciate your capabilities and your willingness to keep improving. Hope this gives you the confidence you need for your interviews. Thanks for watching.